Ba-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da, ba-dun-dun-dun-dun, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, bum 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 bum, ba-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, dun 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 dun, ba-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, dun da-da, take it dun da-da-dun-dun. Ba-da-dun-dun, take it dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, take it dun ba-da-dun-dun, ba-da-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, ba-da-dun-dun. What's going on? What's going on? Ba-da-dun-dun-dun-dun, take it dun, take it dun-dun, ba-da-dun-dun, take it dun-dun. Check it, better than that. Check it down, check it better than that, better than that. Check it down, check it better than that, better than that. Check it down, check it better than that. Check it better. Check it, check it, check it, check it, check it better than that. Check it down. BMI 3000 reloaded. Ticket better than ticket ticket better than ticket ticket better than ticket better than ticket better than better than ticket ticket better than ticket. BMI, chicken burger, BMI 3000. What's going on, brothers? Woo! I know it sounds like what you've heard. This is the Mad Professor in the house. What's going on, brothers? This is the Mad Professor. I am the Mad Professor up in the house. What's going on, Jizzle? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Rashid Barnes, what's going on? Peace to you, my brother. Peace to you, peace to you, peace to you, peace to you. Jason Moo, man. Peace and abundance to you, my brother. Peace and abundance to you. I'm glad to see you guys. I am so glad to see you guys this evening. This is Friday. What's going on, Revelator? The spirit of indifference. What's going on? What's going on? Y'all know I'm a crazy black man. Y'all know I'm a crazy black man. Y'all know I'm a crazy black man. I'm a crazy black man with a PhD. I'm a crazy black man. So if you can't deal with this, whoever's listening, if you're listening in the playback, I don't care who you are, but I need you to understand that this is BMI 3000 Reloaded. We are unfiltered, we are unhinged, we are uncut right here in 2025. What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? I'm so glad to see all you guys, man. Listen. This is the place where we do things unscripted. This is the place where we are raw, we are live. This is the place where we tell it like it T.I. is. We tell it like it T.I. is. That's what we do. That is what we do. That's what, and you know, and I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you, man. When I talk to you guys, man, I don't care about mainstream validation. I don't care about being on MSNBC. I don't care about being on CNN. I don't care about being on CBS, ABC, NBC, whatever you want to call it, whatever the C's are. I don't care anything about that. We keep it live, we keep it raw, and we keep it funky right here. That is what we do in the place tonight. I'm so glad to see you guys, man. This has been a very, 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 very good week. A very, very good week, man. A lot is going on. And you see the thumbnail. Y'all see the thumbnail, and you see the picture of the trillionaire, the richest man in the world. The richest man on the planet, Elon Musk. The richest man on the planet, Elon Musk. And I don't plan on being here for a very, 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 very long time. I want to talk to you guys briefly about Elon's audit. Elon's audit. I want to talk to you. I want to talk to us about Elon's audit. What's going on, Chris W, man? What's going on? I'm glad you're here too. I'm glad that you were here, man. I'm glad you were here. You know, and I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I got my little drinky drink. I got my little drinky drink right here. I don't have any cigars right now, but I got my little drinky drink. I am live. I am direct. I'm talking to you guys. Yeah, I'm the drunk master. I am the drunken master. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, man? You know what time it is. I'm a 51-year-old black man. I am a 51-year-old black man. I am Gen X. Gen X, Gen X, Gen X. 51. I'll be 52 in September. And I'm going to be straight up with you guys. You know what I'm saying? When I come to you, brothers, I come to you and I come to you live. I have absolutely no idea how much time I have left. The good God, the good Lord, the gods, the heavens, the universe. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. I might have another 5 years. I might have another 10 years. I might have 20. I might have 30 years. I have absolutely no clue rather. Excuse me. I have absolutely no clue as to the time that I have left on planet Earth. And so I have to maximize every time that I come on YouTube and talk to you, my brothers. I got to maximize it. What's going on, Pop Smoke, man? Good to see you. Timothy Harden, what's happening? What's going on, Timothy Harden? Good to see you, my brother. Good to see you, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate your support. I appreciate everything that you do here on this channel and all that, man. Thank you, Timothy Harden, man. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. I got Chris W in the house, man. Good to see you. Good to see you. Pop Smoke, all my brothers here, man. Good to see you and everybody who was in the house, man. I'm not gonna take up too much time, man. We're not gonna waste a lot of time with a whole bunch of preliminaries, man. But I came here to talk about Elon Musk. I came here to talk about Elon Musk, and I came here to talk about Elon's audit. The audit. Elon's audit, man. I appreciate you, Isaiah J. I appreciate you. I appreciate you too, my brother. Elon's audit, man. Elon Musk. What do we say about Elon Musk? What is it that we need to say about the richest man in the world? Probably the richest man that the world has ever seen. What in the world what in the world do we say about a guy like this who is not even 55 years old? I hope y'all know that. Elon Musk is not even 55 years old. Elon Musk is in his 50s. This is a man who's in his 50s, a man from South Africa. Y'all, everybody knows him from Tesla. People know him from PayPal. People know him from a lot of innovations that have taken place since the 2000s. Elon Musk. This guy is from my generation. Elon Musk is a Gen X. He's Gen X. He's Gen X. If I were to walk into a room with Elon Musk and I were to see Elon Musk, I would look at him dead in the eyes. I would look at him. I would look at him, and I would look at him as a Gen Xer, a fellow Gen Xer. I'm 51 years old, going on 52. Elon Musk is only like a year, 2 years older than me. And I'm like, we come from the same generation, Elon Musk. We from the same generation. The same generation. I have no need to bow down to him. I have no need to worship him and anything like that. We come from the same historical moment. And this trillionaire, this super, super, super rich man, finds himself in close proximity to Donald Trump, who is an unprecedented president in the history of the United States. I don't care what you think about him. And let me just make this clear. Let me make this clear to all of my brothers. I want to make this clear to all my brothers. For the next 4 years, yes, I'm going to talk about Donald Trump. For the next 4 years, I'm going to talk about Donald Trump. I'm going to talk about his administration. I'm going to talk about all the people that he has put in position to make decisions, to move the world. I'm going to talk about all of that stuff for the next 4 years. I want to make this absolutely clear. The Democrats are not in power. The Democrats were dismantled. They were completely destroyed by Donald Trump. There is much in the destruction of the Democratic Party that basically says that it's going to take a miracle. It's going to take a miracle for this Democratic Party, the neoliberals in the party, the leftists in the party. It's going to take a miracle for this party to get back on track. It's going to take a miracle. And I'm not sitting around here waiting for them to get back on their feet. I'm not waiting. I deal with power. I deal with reality as it is. Reality and power as it is. And so for the next 4 years, yes, I'm going to talk about this Trump administration for the next 4 years. I'm going to talk about the American right. For the next 4 years, I'm going to talk about the successor of Donald Trump, who I believe is going to be J.D. Vance, for the next 4 years. I'm going to talk about what power is right now. I'm not interested in the weakness. I'm not interested in the losers. I'm not interested in those who do not have the capacity or the ability or the authority or the legitimacy to direct the world in the future. I'm going to talk about whoever is in power. So for the next 4 years, as long as this man is alive and as long as this man executes executive order after executive order, and as long as this man does what he does in relationship to his movement, I'm going to talk about this man. And I'm going to talk about him in light of what is going to come after him, the next 12, the next 16 years. I'm going to talk about it. And I'm not going to bow down to it. I'm not going to treat it like it's God. I'm not going to worship it, anything like that. But I am a realist. I am a realist. We deal with power as power presents itself to us. I don't deal with the world that you think should be. Let me say this again. I don't deal with how the world should be in the eyes, in the image of so many others, the so-called neoliberals, the ones on the Democratic left, excuse me, not right, but left. I deal with the world as it is. I don't care what the leftists, the cultural leftists have to say. I don't care what all the haters of this man put out in the world. I deal with the world as it is. And I'm gonna tell you straight up, guys, the world as it is, the Western world in particular, the Western world is not liberal. The Western world right now, I'm talking about Germany, I'm talking about France, I'm talking about the United Kingdom, I'm talking about Canada, I'm talking about Australia and New Zealand, the white Western world. And let me just add here, because the white Western world impacts the non-white Western world, which includes Latin America, Africa, all parts of Asia, East Asia, South Asia, the whole doggone world. I deal with the world as it is. What's going on, no placeholder? I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you and your support. This is BMI 3000 Reloaded. This is BMI 3000 Reloaded. You see what time it is. If you want to contribute, you want to donate, do the doggone thing. Cash App BMI 3000. Cash App BMI 3000 if you want to contribute. And you can do this via Super Chat as well. Thank you, no placeholder. Good to see you, man. What's up? And I'm here right here. And I'm talking to you live. And I got my drinky drink. But I'm here to talk about Elon's audit. That's what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about Elon Musk and DOGE, the Department of Governmental Efficiency. The Department of Government Efficiency, that is the structure that Donald Trump, the 47th President of the United States of America, has erected to look at how the federal government spends taxpayer dollars. How the federal government spends taxpayer dollars. And I'm not going to be here for a very long time. And before I get too far in what I talk about, what I want to say to you guys is that every black man needs to do an audit. I want to say this to you loud and clear. Every black man. What's going on, Bo Anderson? Good to see you. What's going on, Bo Anderson? Every black man needs to do an audit. Let me say this again. Let me be emphatically clear. Black man, you need to do an audit. Black men need to do an audit. I'm going to say this is that the black manosphere emerged over 10 years ago. The black manosphere emerged a little bit over 10 years ago. And when the black manosphere emerged a little more than 10 years ago, the founders of the black manosphere, I'm going to give a shout out to Obsidian Mumia Ali. I'm going to give a shout out to Anger Man. I'm going to give a shout out to O'Shea Jackson. I'm going to give a shout out to BGS Ibmore. When the black manosphere appeared over 10 years ago, the black manosphere engaged in an audit. An audit. What's going on, Ab Media? What's going on? What's going on? Good to see you here. The black manosphere engaged in an audit. What it is. So let me just go back to 2015. I'm going to go back to 2015, 10 years ago. 10 years ago. In 2015, when the most foundational voices of the black manosphere emerge, the voices that I have already laid out, they engaged in an audit. So you had all of these voices, these black men, the vast majority of them working class black men from the Gen X generation. BJS Immores from the boomer generation. But they engaged in an audit. Let's look at everything that has happened since the late 1960s. So in 2015, you had these black men who came online and decided to go back and look at everything that has happened to black men since the 1960s. And the pivotal mark and point that was looked at was 1965, the Moynihan Report. The Moynihan Report, that report by the senator from New York City, who authored that document called The Negro Family in the United States, 1965, and it was commissioned by the Johnson administration, the administration of Lyndon Baines Johnson. And in 2020 and in 2015, we looked at what has happened to Black men in particular and Black America in general. From 1965 to 2015. 2015 was the 50th anniversary of the Moynihan Report. It was the 50th anniversary. And we ask questions about what has happened in that 5-decade period. What did we do? What did we do? We engaged in an audit. It was an audit. An audit. (1965 to 2015). What took place with Black Americans between 1965 and 2015 with respect to the Moynihan Report? And I'm going to tell you this, that there were a number of institutions in 2015 who did an audit. The American Enterprise Institute was one of the institutions. The Brookings Institute was another institution. There were other entities among the white ruling class who did an assessment of the Moynihan Report in 2015. 50 years later. There was a scholar, her name is Sarah McClanahan, a sociologist, her name is Sarah McClanahan. She's a boomer generation sociologist, and she worked at Princeton University. And this is a sociologist, a white woman. Let me emphasize this, a white woman who wrote an article 50 years after Moynihan. And the title of the article was this: Was Moynihan right? That was the title of the article. Shouts out to Dr. T.S.on Johnson. Shouts out to my brother, Dr. T.S.on Johnson. Dr. T.S.on Johnson, good to see you, my brother. Good to see you, man. I appreciate you. Y'all get Dr. T.S.on Johnson's book. Y'all get his book. Y'all get his book on flat blackness and finding solutions to anti-black misandry. Dr. T.S.on Johnson. But Sarah McClanahan wrote this paper 50 years after Moynihan, and the title of the paper was this: Was Moynihan right? Was he right about the dominant structure that was governing Black society in urban centers, industrial centers, mainly the Northeast? We're talking about the Northeast. Because when Moynihan did his report, he was not really concerned about what was happening below the Mason-Dixon line. Moynihan was concerned primarily about what happened to the Black people who had migrated beyond the Mason-Dixon line, those Blacks who had migrated from southern states to St. Louis, Missouri, those Blacks who had migrated to Gary, Indiana, those Blacks who had migrated to Chicago, Illinois, those Blacks who had migrated to New Jersey. They had migrated from New Jersey, the state of New Jersey, they had migrated from North Carolina and South Carolina to New Jersey and Pennsylvania. They found homes. When they moved from North Carolina and South Carolina, and even Virginia, they moved from North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. They moved to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. They moved to Chester, Pennsylvania. They moved to Newark, New Jersey. They moved to New York City, all of the boroughs of New York City. They moved to Boston, Massachusetts. Moynihan was concerned about the migrants. That's what the Moynihan report was all about. It was all about the Black migrants. But anyway, Sarah McClanahan, this is a white woman. Sarah McClanahan, along with a Black professor, a scholar at Columbia University, his name is Ronald Mincy. Ronald Mincy is a boomer person too. Ronald Mincy taught in the School of Social Work at Columbia University. And this Black man, Ronald Mincy, teamed up with this white woman, Sarah McClanahan, who taught at Princeton University. And they conducted a long-term study looking at single-parent households. They looked at single-parent households, and they wanted to look at the effects of single-parent households on the overall development of children. And they engaged in this long-term, it was a 10-year study. It was called the Fragile Families Study. That's what it's called, the Fragile Family Study. It was a 10-year study. Not only did they study Black people whose family structures were dominated by women, single parents, but they also studied other families, white families, who were also caught up in single parenthood. It was a 10-year study. It was a 10-year study. And I'm going to tell you, brother, straight up, I'm not going to go into all the details, but the findings of that 10-year study were bleak. The findings of it. They began that study in the very early part of the 2000s, and the study was completed during the Obama era. And their findings were bleak. What do I mean by bleak? That is that they came to the conclusion, not just the conclusion, but based on data. that children who are raised by single mothers, single parents who are raised in those households do not have the same life outcomes as children who are raised in two-parent homes. That is that if you are raised in a two-parent, no, let me reverse that. If you are raised in a single-parent household, there is a highly likelihood that you will experience unemployment as you become an adult. There is a high likelihood that you will have an unstable life, that you will be more afflicted by alcoholism, drug addiction, all sorts of instability relative to your peers who are raised in two-parent households. That was the finding of the study. It was called the Fragile Families Study. That's what it was called. What does this have to do with Elon Musk? What does this have to do with Elon Musk and DOGE, the Department of Governmental Efficiency? What does this have to do with Elon Musk? Let me tell you something. Donald Trump, and I'm going to say this over and over again. Donald Trump is a necessary evil. Donald Trump is exposing stuff that the liberals and leftists did not want the public to know. He is exposing stuff. He is making things transparent. Yeah, Mr. Mr. White supremacy, Mr. Adolf Hitler, all that kind of stuff. This man is exposing the left, the liberal left, the neoliberal left. He is exposing all of their machinations. And he is looking at the money that they have spent over decades, going way back to the presidential administration of John F. Kennedy. Y'all hit this thing up. Cash App $ BMI 3000. Cash App $ BMI 3000. Cash App $ BMI 3000. He is exposing everything. They are exposing everything. They are exposing all the money that the government has spent on ridiculous, foolish nonsense over the decades. Stuff that has absolutely nothing to do with the development of American society, the American people, particularly those people who are stuck at the very bottom of the society, exposing everything. That's what an audit does. You look at the receipts. You look at where the money is going. You do a paper trail. You look at the paper trail. Where is the money going? What are you investing in? What is it that you're not investing in? What's going on? What's going on? Good to see my brothers in the house. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. This is Friday Night Live. This is Friday Night Live. Good to see you, I say, Isaiah J. Friday Night Live. Elon Musk is exposing, along with Donald Trump, everything. Just waste. Waste. You look at decades and decades of failure. Basically, that's what it is. Decades and decades of wasted money and failure. That's what you have going on. And you know what? Maxine Waters hates it. Maxine Waters hates it. Cory Booker hates it. Chuck Schumer hates it. Elizabeth Warren hates it. All of the Democratic senators, they hate it. The Democratic Congress people, they hate it because he is putting all of these people on Front Street, exposing them and what they have supported across the decades. Who would have thought that who would have thought that a so-called right-wing, racist, white supremacist, imperial, fascist president, who would have thought that this type of individual, this type of enterprise would expose these counterfeit, hypocritical people who call themselves liberals, who say that they are the champions of the quote unquote oppressed? Who would have thought that this would have happened in 2025? Doge. Who would have thought? Maxine Waters hates it. She hates it. They hate it. They hate it. What is Doge? What is Doge? Look at Doge. This is Doge, brothers. Doge. Look at what this is. Look at this. Establishing and implementing the President's Department of Government Efficiency Executive Order, January 20th, 2025, by the authority vested in me as President by the Constitution and laws of the United States. It is hereby ordered the purpose of this executive order establishes the Department of Government Efficiency to implement the President's DOGE agenda by modernizing federal technology and software to maximize government efficiency and productivity. Look at this. Look at this. Definitions. Agency has the means given to it in Section 551, Title 5, the United States Code. Look at all this stuff right here. I'm going to go on. The agency head, Section B, means the highest ranking official of the agency, such as the department, the secretary, administrator, chairman, director, unless otherwise specified in this order. Look at the DOGE. Section 3, the structure, the reorganization and renaming of the United States Digital Service. The United States Digital Service is hereby publicly renamed as the United States DOGE Service and shall be established in the executive office of the president. Look at this. B, establishment of temporary organization. There shall be a USDS administrator established in the executive office of the president who shall report to the White House Chief of Staff. This is further established within USDS in accordance with Section 3161 of Title 5 United States Code. Temporary organization known as the USD DOGE Service Temporary Organization. I'm not going to read all this stuff right here. Look at all that. I'm going to look at Section 4. Modernizing federal technology and software to maximize efficiency. I'm going to go on. Section 5, look at this. The agency shall take all steps necessary in coordination with the USDS administrator and to the maximum extent consistent with law to ensure USDS has full and prompt access to all unclassified agency records, software systems, and IT. I'm not going to go on and on. You guys can look this stuff for yourself. You guys can look up. You can look up all this stuff for your doggone self. You can look up all this stuff for your doggone self. Here is the point of this doggone stream, brothers. Here's the point of this stream. You black men need to take seriously all of the waste that has taken place over the last 60 years. You black men, need to do an audit. This is the point of the black manosphere. The black manosphere, I said this earlier in the stream, it was crystallized in 2015. We are here now 10 years later. If you guys have not taken an audit of the black male situation, you need to go ahead and do that. To take an audit of the black male situation. To understand who you are and where you are with respect to the rest of the world. And you need to understand everything that has been used against you. You need to understand all of the trillions and trillions of dollars that have been used to throw you under the bus, to keep you in an uncompetitive position and situation in the United States of America. You see, Elon Musk is exposing decades, not just him, but his team. They are exposing decades and decades and decades and decades of waste, decades and decades of corruption. And that's the operative word, corruption. They are exposing decades of corruption, which explains in large part the position of Black American men in the United States of America. Corruption. Yeah. What's going on, Electrician 480? Salute to you, my brother. Salute to you, Electrician 480. Salute to you. BMI 3000 Cash App $, BMI 3000 Cash App $, BMI 3000. Decades and decades of corruption. And guess what? Do you think, black men, that you have not been a quote unquote victim of this corruption over decades? Do you really think so? Black man, do you understand the trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars that have been devoted to keeping you at the bottom of this society? You guys don't understand it. I'm talking about the government, the role that the government has played to keep you at the bottom of this society. You don't understand that. Trillions of dollars over decades. And it takes a right-wing person, a so-called right-wing person, it takes a so-called white supremacist, it takes so-called white supremacists to expose the extent to which billions and trillions of dollars of government money has been used to keep you at the bottom of this society. To keep you at the bottom of this society. Thank you, Election 380. Thank you. Now, I'm not a defender of Elon Musk. I'm not a worshiper. I'm not a stan of Elon Musk or anything like that. I believe in what's right. I believe in what's right. I believe in what's just. I believe in what is true. I believe in stamping out corruption. I don't care who stamps out the corruption. I don't care who exposes the corruption. I don't care what side they are on the political spectrum. All I care about is the fact that the corruption is made public to the people who pay taxes. That's all I care about. If Joe Biden were in office and he were doing something like this, I would be talking about Joe Biden in the same vein. The audit. This is a beautiful thing. This is the audit. And the entire world is forced to engage in an audit. That's what's happening all over the world right now, actually. What does the audit mean? The The audit simply means, what is it that you have to show? What does a society have to show for the money that it has devoted to particular concerns over the decades? Now, the big concern is war. What does American society have to show for all of the money that it devotes to war? War, war, war. Fighting wars all over the world. What does America have to show for fighting wars all over the world? What does it have to show for it? How have we benefited from decades and decades and decades of fighting wars in other parts of the world? It could be the most recent wars in Ukraine. It could be the war on terror, the so-called war in terror. We can include all sorts of war. What is the benefit of all this war? And what is the benefit of American institutions entering into other parts of the world, engaging in so-called humanitarian activity, AIDS, contraception, fighting Ebola, fighting all sorts of things that are classified as humanitarian crises, poverty, food insecurity, so on and so forth. LGBTQ issues, trying to liberate the gays in Africa, liberating the gays in Central America, liberating the gays in South America, liberating gays in India, liberating gays all over the world. What do you have to show for it? What do you have to show for it? What is the benefit? What's the benefit? What's the overall benefit? And more significantly, here's the question that they're asking: how does this advance American interests all over the world? That's the big question right there. It's a deeply nationalistic question. It is a deeply nationalistic question. What's up, ghetto user? What's up, ghetto user, man? Thank you for that contribution. Thank you, my brother. Ghetto user, good to see you, man. Good to see you. Spending all this doggone money. You are spending all of this doggone money all over the world on drag shows, shows for drag queens in Ukraine, in Poland, in Czechoslovakia, drag shows, DEI in Eastern Europe. What is the benefit of DEI in Eastern Europe to the interests of the United States? That's the big question that these people are asking with this Doge. But there are also other questions. There are domestic questions that go beyond Doge. Domestic questions. You spending all this money on domestic policies that undermine. You're spending money on domestic policies that undermine black men. All this money on prisons domestically, all this money on the welfare state, all this money, family courts and how they're administered, welfare. At the end of the day, at the end of the day, what is it that you get out of all of this at the end of the day? You have to do an audit. Black man, you need to do an audit. You black men spending all this doggone money. Y'all done spent all this doggone money on getting people to like you. You have spent all this doggone money to get these women to like you over the years. What do you have to show for it? You done spent all this money on dates, black man. What do you have to show for it? You spent all this money on child support, black man. What do you have to show for it? Once you do your audit, you have to ask yourself the question, what do you have to show for it? How have you benefited from all of these expenses? How, brothers? How? What you got to show for it? And what is the purpose of all of this? What is the purpose of all of this money spending? What's the purpose of it? What's the purpose of you spending all this money on child support? What's the purpose of you spending all this money in terms of divorce? What is the purpose of it? What is it? What you got to show for it? You need to engage in an audit. This is what the DOGE is. This is the lesson of the DOGE and Elon Musk and all that kind of stuff. We waste money. We waste money. We waste time. We waste resources on nonsense. That's the bottom line. We waste money, time, and resources on foolishness, stuff that does not amount to anything at the end of the day. You have nothing to show for all of your frivolous spending. Frivolous. That's why they're mad. That's why they hate Elon. That's why the liberals hate Elon. The liberals hate Elon because Elon is basically saying, along with Trump, it's not just Elon, is that where is this tax money going? Where is all this tax money going? Who is really getting paid off this tax money? that this is why they hate Elon right now. This is why they hate him. I'm not a stand for Elon, but this is why they hate this dude right now. We've been doing this in the black manosphere for over 10 years. We've been engaging in this audit, a black male audit. This is what Passport Bros is all about. This is what Passport Bros is all about. You see, what happens is, do you know when you become a Passport Bro? You become a Passport Bro when you understand the waste. When you understand the waste. When you understand the extent to which you have wasted time, energy, and resources on this American situation, and you've done so in ways that have not benefited you in a deep and profound way. That's the Passport Bros. So what happens is, if you're a Passport Bro, you outsource, you move beyond America because you no longer want to waste. You no longer want to waste your time. You no longer want to waste your energy. You no longer want to waste your resources on stuff that does not, in the long term, benefit you. You are not You are not a nonprofit organization. You're not in the business of charity. Black men, unfortunately, have been for decades and decades and decades and decades and decades. Black men have been in the business of charity. That's the black man. Everybody expects the black man to be a charitous organization. Charity. You just give stuff away. You just give your resources away. You just give your time away. You just give everything away, and you don't get anything in return. That is the expectation that is imposed upon the black American man. You black men are nothing more than a charitable organization. And I'm going to say that you don't even when you think about the what the benefits that charitable organizations get marginally, they get tax write-offs. That's it, tax write-offs. But I'm going to go so far as to say that hell, if you're a black man and you are a charitable organization, you don't even get tax write-offs. You just giving everything away. You giving all yourself away, and you don't get anything in return. And most black men simply don't take the time to do an audit, DOGE, of everything that they have given away for free. Your hard-earned resources for free. You were expected to just give your labor and your resources and your time for free. Anyway, I didn't plan on being here for a long time, man. It's Friday night. It is Friday night. I know you guys got a lot of stuff to do. You got a lot of stuff to do. But I was thinking about Elon Musk, man, and this stuff it's on my mind, and I'm gonna talk about this in the future because it's not going to go away anytime soon. But I love it. I love the audit that Elon is doing with this DOGE organization and with Donald Trump. I love it because it's instructive. This is a this is something this is something that is instructive for black men. It's instructive. You need to do an audit. Every black man needs to do an audit, a personal audit with respect to your life. Every black man. And black men collectively need to engage in an audit. Check the receipts. Ask yourself the question, where has the money gone? That's the big question. Where has the money gone? Where is the money going? Some of you guys have wasted thousands, tens of thousands of dollars on 304s. Some of you black men. Some of you black men have wasted tens of thousands of dollars on 304s. Or women who are close to 304s. You've wasted. You've not only wasted thousands and thousands of dollars on 304s, you've wasted thousands and thousands of hours. You have wasted thousands and thousands of hours. You've not only wasted money, but you have wasted time. Time that you cannot get back. You've wasted time, black man. You've wasted time that you cannot get back. Do you know how much money that the government has spent on the USAID programs? I was doing some research, and I'm looking at what USAID has done in Africa since 1960, since the time it was established with JFK. Most Americans didn't even know what USAD is until Trump came into office. A lot of Americans had no clue what USAD is. I'm going back and I'm looking at what I'm looking at stuff at what USAD did in Africa in the 1960s and the 1970s under the idea of relief and benevolence. But there were all sorts of interests that were tied to America sending money to African countries as African countries were becoming independent, and as America was fighting fighting in the Cold War. The Cold War. This is deep. I'm not going to go into this thing here, guys. I'm not going to go into this thing. The Cold War. USAD was instrumental in advancing American interests in Africa, in Latin America, and Central America during the Cold War. That is, as America was fighting the Russian Empire, the Soviet Union. Oh my God. I'm not going to go deep into that, brothers. I'm going to leave that alone. How you doing, Mr. Z? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? I'm not going to go into that. The audit. You better do an audit. All that money, all the money poured into aid, all the money poured into aid all over the developing world since the early part of the 1960s. There is foreign aid and then there is domestic aid. And all I have to say about domestic aid, black man, is that domestic aid was instrumental in throwing the black man under the bus. Throwing the black man under the bus. Domestic aid. There's foreign aid and there is domestic aid. Foreign aid worked to destabilize developing societies, to control and colonize developing societies, and domestic aid similarly had the same effect here in the United States. I'm gonna leave it at that. You better do an audit, black man. You better do an audit. Electrician, man. Thank you, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't waste your valuable asset. Time is the most precious asset that you have. Don't waste time. You better do an audit and see. You see, I don't. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I hope that everybody hears me. The people who are trolling me and everything like that. Nah, I'm. Let me tell you something. So Trump is a necessary evil. I'm going to tell you this. If you don't get it anywhere else, you're going to get it right here. Trump is a necessary evil. Donald Trump is a necessary evil because Donald Trump is exposing decades and decades and decades of corruption within the United States American government. Donald Trump, he's exposing corruption. No one thought that someone who was adjacent to the right, who was close to the Republican Party, who was not a traditional conservative, no one thought that someone like this who would expose decades and decades of government corruption, no one thought that this would happen. And there are residual benefits for Black American men as they expose the depths of government corruption. Waste, government waste. My African girlfriend, she asked me, she asked me, she said, Ron, are you a Trump supporter? Are you a Trump supporter? Are you a Trump supporter? I said, no, baby, I'm a truth supporter. I'm a truth supporter. I said, no, baby, I'm not a Trump supporter. I am a truth supporter. I support truth wherever it stands. If the truth is being exposed by the left, I'm going to stand there. If the truth is being exposed on the right, I'm going to stand there also. I am a supporter of the truth. I am the supporter of what is right. I say I don't care about a political party. I care about what's right. I'm not talking about the right. I'm talking about what's right. This is why I say Donald Trump is a necessary evil. He said that he was going to drain the swamp. What did that mean? And I'm not a Trump stan. He said that he was going to expose. He was going to expose Washington. Period. He was going to expose it. This is why they did not want this. This is one of the main reasons why they did not want Trump in the White House, because this guy is going to expose everybody. He exposed Hillary Clinton. Do you remember the debates? All you have to do is go back to the debates in 2016. This stuff is public. You can go on YouTube. There's debate number 1. There's debate number 2. But look at debate number 2. He told them. He said, you know what? He told Hillary Clinton. He said, yeah, I'm going to expose everything. I've benefited from all of the privileges of being rich. And Hillary Clinton, so have you. And so have your peers. You have benefited from all the tax benefits of being rich. Yeah, I'm going to expose everything. No one wanted to hear that. There were Republicans, and there were Democrats who did not want to hear that. They did not want to hear that. That's why you had traditional Republicans as well as Democrats who did not want this man to be president, because he is not beholden to that particular class. He is a necessary evil. He is a necessary boogeyman, a necessary joker. That's it. He said Donald Trump. Oh, here it goes. Donald Trump is not a Republican. Donald Trump is not a Republican. Donald Trump is an independent. Donald Trump is not a Republican, guys. I want you to. I want to hear this. Donald Trump is not a Republican. Donald Trump is an independent. What's going on, Ann Gray? It's good to see you, man. Good to see you. Anyway, let me I need to get off. I need to get off here. I need to run. I need to go because you know the mad professor, you know, I get trolled by all kind of people. I get trolled. The mad professor gets trolled. Ronald Neal gets trolled. You got to count the cost. Whenever you do work like this, you got to count the cost. You know what I'm saying? I don't have any kids. I ain't got no wife. It's just me. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I don't care. You know, what did Trump say in Baltimore? What do you have to lose? What do you have to lose? That's what Donald Trump said in 2016 to black men and black women. What do you have to lose? I ain't got no kids. I ain't got no wife. I ain't got to worry about my children getting killed and being messed up. I'm the mad professor. Anyway, I need me some more liquor. I need me some more alcohol. I got to go to the liquor store before it closes. I got one more hour. The liquor store closes in 1 more hour, so I got to go get me some more. I need some more rum, some spiced rum. Anyway, I appreciate you guys. BMI 3000, Reloaded, Cash App BMI 3000, Cash App BMI 3000. I do this for the love. As Jay-Z said, I do this for the culture. I do this for the culture. Good seeing you guys, man. Be safe tonight. Be safe as you go out over the weekend, man. Have fun. And don't let these 304s take all your money. I'm up out of here, man. Y'all take care. I'll talk to you soon. Peace out.